Hey guys, and welcome to another episode here at Transform Your Body TV. On today's episode, what we're going to be talking about is what meat to eat. Because there's several different options that you can buy in a supermarket or from a market. And if you're concerned about health, which you probably are if you're watching this video, you need to know what's the healthiest meat to eat, what could you become ill from. And so what we'll start off with is really here, before recent manufacturing, we're talking the last 100 to 200 years, there really was no signs of anything like heart disease, diabetes. It just didn't exist. A lot of other diseases that have come through the food process and the manufacturing that has changed over the last 200 years, these kind of diseases just didn't exist, okay? And that kind of points the finger massively towards the food we're eating now, the processes it goes through, and how it is deteriorating our health and causing us more diseases that didn't exist back when our food was more pure and organic. Now, there's three types of meat that you can choose from, and the first one is really the manufactured kind, the cheapest kind, and that is the one that's more widely distributed now in the world because it is cheaper to make and cheaper to run. The second is grass-fed and the third is organic. But when we come to grass-fed, now cows and sheep and other animals alike are designed to eat grass. Whether you believe in, they were put here or they evolved here, either way, they're meant to eat the grass that comes out of the ground. And when they're not, it causes all kinds of problems. And they're not because it's low cost. It doesn't cost a lot for them to feed these animals on much cheaper produce than the grass which they're meant to be eating. So talking about cheap corn, wheat products, stuff like that, stuff that is very, very low cost and therefore saves on every step of the way manufacturing, and they can sell it for cheaper and make more profits. The second is it's not full of antibiotics. A lot of the animals that aren't grass-fed or organic are kind of so heavily sick because of the low quality of food that they have to be on constant streams of antibiotics, and therefore that kind of leads through to us because what they eat effectively is what we eat. And the next is organic. Now, certified organic food is inspected by one of about 40 different companies, and these companies, they must be approved by the Agricultural Department of Food Safety and Inspection Service, so that they go down and check how the meat is being raised and eaten and stuff like that. Not eaten, sorry, what they are given to eat. And so therefore they will approve it as organic or non-organic produce. Now, there are no growth hormones or antibiotics allowed to give to the animals. So that already kind of eliminates the fact that we are then eating them if we're eating food that is given them. With the recent manufacturing and the foods that are being given to these animals, when they get very sick, they're given antibiotics, they're given growth hormones to make the chickens, turkeys, cows, sheep, whatever, as large as possible to sell more. But organic food, that's why organic food is usually drier, smaller, because they're not given these growth hormones to plump them up, and they're not always constantly sick and being given antibiotics. And lastly, organic food doesn't need to be grass-fed. It can be fed through 100% organic feed. And so this is kind of the difference between grass-fed and organic. The fact that here they're really eating the grass that they were meant to, and here companies are still allowed to produce food for organic produce, but it has to be organic feed. Now, in terms of health, what you want to be consuming first, the kind of processed food here, that is absolutely last, but grass-fed and organic is number one. So you want organic and grass-fed meat, organic and grass-fed you want to see on the packet. Next, after that, number two is grass-fed. That is the second best, and third is organic. So you want organic and grass-fed, then organic. Obviously, I know it is more expensive. We will see in the supermarkets. It is more expensive to get organic or grass-fed or both. But in terms of your health, it's kind of the decision you have to make whether you want to go for it or not. And of course, number four is the standard manufactured meat. So I hope that gives you a bit more information. You should be going for grass-fed and organic if you can, and then grass-fed and then organic after that. Good luck, guys.